Miss me?
On the 16th of April 2020, Sony made Knack II free in both Germany and China. So I jumped on the first plane to China, bought a PS4, and downloaded Knack II. In Knack II, Knack is black. In Knack II, Knack is back.
Oh, hey.
In what can only be described as a bastardization of the Knack lore and the Knack franchise. Famous creative director of the original Knack installment, Mr. Mark Sony, made the decision to add a second director for the development of Knack II, Takemitsu Iijima. And I get it right, co-op game, co-op development. But in the words of Kanye, I like some of the Iijima games. What the fuck does he know about Knack?
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is?
Whilst Knack II is a sequel to the original Knacksterpiece, it simply tells the same story, but on a grander scale.
That is crazy.
The game kicks off in Chapter 13 Part 2, as you defend the returning city of New Haven from an apocalyptic robot invasion. Before awkwardly transitioning to a prior, peaceful
Sunday hike?
Bruh.
You then spend Chapters 2 through 8 rediscovering goblins, but now they're high goblins? Rediscovering robots, but now they're older robots? And rediscovering humans who eventually and unsurprisingly turn out to be the antagonists, but now their leader is literally Hitler.
Now you can watch the destruction of
These nuts.
Got him! No!
And even worse, has his own knacks.
Check out your cousins later.
You then spend a few chapters preparing and attempting to stop the guys who turned out to be evil, before returning to Chapter 13, which was Chapter 1 but is actually Chapter 13. You finally defeat Hitler, and crowds emerge from the ruins of New Haven to celebrate Knack's triumph. But then he just fucking captures Knack, and none of these fuckers you saved do a fucking thing, and just let it fucking happen. Like, what the fuck, I just fucking saved all you fucks, and this is how you fucking repay me! After waking up in a prison cell, you find out that the Nazis have built a giant robot spider thing, which is essentially the Death Star. You destroy it, and then have to fight a big, evil Knack. And then the game ends. I was left feeling emotionally drained and dead inside. As you can probably tell, the story's pacing is really weird. The first 10 chapters all have 4 parts and take up 3/4 of the playtime. But it's all just filler and build up to the final 5 chapters, which are just 2 to 3 parts long. Ultimately, the ending just feels shoehorned in and rushed. You are so uninvested after the first 10 chapters that it becomes a chore to jump over that final hurdle.
That's not good.
The game's dialogue is extremely inconsistent throughout, with a bipolar contrast between masterful workmanship
I really hate goblins. Ice is nice.
and overtly sexual, disgusting smut.
If you really want me, come.
I'm not getting up.
Keep it up, Knack.
No choice. Get your plane and come.
In that case, come.
I'm off to warn the city that this thing's coming.
Where do they keep coming from?
Won't matter when I'm done with them.
You did it. They're coming. You coming?
I'm coming for you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Protected by Katrina security. Katrina?
Yes, it's true. My ex is in private security.
Well, if you're really missing her, you could date one of these robots. They look just like her.
So, how much do you think one of those security robots would cost anyway?
You're really thinking about getting one? No.
Most of the characters return from the first game but with new graphics, including 2 characters who died in Knack 1, but I guess they actually didn't. Despite their new paint jobs, the characters still suck for the most part, including the new characters who just become disposable enemies. With the exception of Ava, He was added to create a teen love drama with sidekick Lucas, stereotypical of modern gaming.
Ava. Be careful.
Mixed race couple? Cringe!
Why the fuck didn't Knack get a love interest? Oh, never mind. As a long-time fan of the Knack franchise, I was disappointed by the story of Knack II. I had been hoping for a Spider-Man 3-esque tale, whereby Knack has to overcome an internal battle between becoming the hero or the villain. But, alas.
We all make mistakes. What matters is what you do next.
My favourite thing to do in games is watch characters mindlessly spin in response to me rotating the joystick in a repeated circular motion. Unfortunately, Knack just does this weird, oh, never mind. To be honest, there isn't much criticism I can direct towards the gameplay. Knack 1 was the definition of mediocrity, and felt much older than a 2013 game. But Knack 2 has built upon the fundamentals and polished up the flaws of Knack 1 really well, whilst also introducing new features.
It's hard to believe you saved the world. All you know are 3 punches and a kick.
Fuck you bitches in Knack 2! We got the jump kick, the boomerang, the Hadouken, the shield, the sword.
The welcome addition of a skill tree allows you to unlock and upgrade up moves as you progress. Plus, the ability to switch to small Knack at all times is a nice little gimmick, and makes the combat and platforming much more dynamic.
How the fuck do I do this jump? Oh, of course. The fucking invisible platform in the corner. Fucking piece of shit Knack, Mark Sony.
The new QuickTime events kinda suck, but are capable of producing what can only be described as chuckles from the diaphragm upon failure. There's a handful of vehicular gameplay moments, but they're clunky to control, and you are invincible for the most part. Also, your comrades just have an unexplained ability to teleport through levels ahead of you, whilst you have to execute expert level platforming. And I think that is kind of smelly, right?
Then I go.
Overall, I genuinely enjoyed playing Knack 2 at times, especially on the hard and very hard difficulties. Consequently, I will now be dedicating the rest of my days to Knack 2 speedruns.
Here we go, bitch!
Hey, wanna listen to some tunes?
And now, the soundtrack, it's fucking Knack. The soundtrack, what is... Hey, oh, hey, hold up a second. The eagle-eared amongst you may have noticed that I have used a selection of tunes from the Knack 2 OST throughout this video. And I must say, whilst the music isn't anything revolutionary or even anything to write home about, it definitely fits the bill for the most part.
Babyyy. Bounce, bounce, dance as we...
There are some bangers in here for sure.
中国人说这是非常好的 chili sauce.
You know I couldn't talk about Knack without talking about the graphics. I've been saying it for years, graphics over gameplay. And once again, Knack delivers the goods.
Oh shit! Look at those graphics!
We got the HDR, 4K, 60 FPS, somewhere.
I don't know what's coming over me. My lens?
This may be the best looking 2017 game of all 2017 games.
Oh god, I'm coming!
I'm pretty happy with the outcome myself.
Knack 2 really makes you feel like Knack. It's fun for the whole family. There's a little something here for everyone. Knack 2 is the Dark Souls of Knack. I'll be damned if any son of a bitch disputes the fact that Japan Studios have really outdone themselves once again and created yet another Knacksterpiece. Also, if the rumours about Knack 3 are to be believed, then now is a great time to indulge in the Knack franchise. For real though?
Fuck you, Mr. Sony, you black bastard!